lot of people out on the streets here on a Saturday afternoon, walking the streets of State College. Hey everyone, Sean here for Capturing Moments in Events, and we are here today in State College, Pennsylvania, home of Penn State. Why? Because they're having their Central Pennsylvania's Arts Fest going on right now. So we're going to go out throughout the streets, see what's going on. So let's come along and let's see what they got. And as you can see, the streets are packed with people, a lot of people everywhere. And people do come from all around to this arts festival. So it is a big thing here in State College. And not only that, but this has been going on since July of 1967. So State College has been presenting this for a long time. They have a neat little waterfall here going on here with the kids playing in it, getting water splashed on top of them. As you can see, pretty cool. Oh yeah, one way to stay cool in the hot sun here. They also do have a made, I'm thinking of Niagara Falls, made of the mist, but definitely there's no made in this type of mist. It's a tunnel mist with people walking through and just kind of getting cool there. You can see people getting cooled down as they're walking through the tunnel. They do have a lot of venues and everything set up here, food venues. So along the streets they have different kinds of food that you can choose from to eat if you get hungry. There are a lot of artwork here we're going to be taking a look at here, and all the artwork that are provided by people from all over the place, different states, and they all come here and show off their talent of art that they have done. They have different kind of flags, different different styles, different colors. I'm not too sure of exactly what all these flags represent. And again, State College does provide a lot of revenue from all this every year. In July, they have the Arts Festival going on here. Here's a venue that has a recycled reeds, and she does a lot of artistic work using books and magazines. As you can see, the details and the designs that she uses. I mean, she makes the books with letters, words, and symbols. And as you know, she does not do any cutting. They're all folded to produce this kind of design. And there's the Penn State Lion logo. Peace sign, plus a whole lot more. Got all kinds of, pretty cool. Never saw anything like this before, especially with the words that have golf, faith, and hunters, all folded. No cutting required, right? Correct. There you go. No cutting required, all folded. And that's the talent that she has producing all this art. Okay, we have another booth here. Most of the vases are made out of glass, and these are all hand blown. You know, him and his wife made all these. All glass vases of different sizes for different uses and for everything. The talent it takes to make a lot of this, and with the designs into the glass itself, the stripes and everything. It's amazing. This guy here, he does the blowing of the vases, and he's going to show us how the stripes are put into the vases, which will be interesting. Okay, go ahead.
I start out by making the stripes first. So I build up layers of glass into a ball, stretch it out 20 feet, and chop it up into sections. And then I lay out a pattern of these on a steel plate, heat it up until they melt together into a square. And I roll that up into a tube on the end of the blowpipe. Then I can twist the pattern, seal up the end, then I can start to blow it and shape it. That's why you'll feel the texture of the stripes on the pieces.
And then they all somehow, they're all in that nice twist you have in there. All lined up. Really? They're all lined up very nice. And there you have it.
I started pouring glass in 1989 with my wife in 1985. So we've been at it a while.
Okay. Started out between 1985 and 89. His wife started in 85. He started in 89. And this is what they come up with. Now I stopped at this booth here. It really looks interesting. It's got like a really abstract art with a hand with part of a butterfly wing inside there. I'm not sure what this here is or what it represents. Looks like some kind of figurine inside of a shell with black bars blocking its private areas. So I'm not too sure what that is. Some other ones here. And we got some that are animated. We'll take a look at these ones here. There's something here, it's pretty neat. Wow. A lot of animated. I think they're just run by weight. I'm not sure. I don't think they're battery operated, just kind of. Oh, this is Red Riding Hood. Some are very abstract. Here's one with clowns. And these here look like some kind of birds. I think it's just the weight of them, the way they have it. It just kind of, it keeps them going. Okay, we have another one here that he does all the drawing in pen and ink. This is all hand drawn. Again with pen and ink here. You got keyboards, you got the different sports balls, you got tennis balls, baseball, soccer ball, volleyball, hockey puck. And with sports, he has a lot of the sports baseball stadiums that he has there. He's got Wrigley Fields, Chicago Cubs, and of course the St. Louis Cardinals, the Yankee Stadium. Of course, the PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You also have drawings of the retired stadiums that was once at one time that are no longer available. You got the Shea Stadium in New York. All kinds. Very good. All, again, hand drawn. Pretty cool. Takes a lot of talent. Again, the streets are full of people from one street down to the other. They got a few blocks closed off for our vendors and artists displaying their artwork. It's amazing the amount of people that do show up here every year.
I'm Bill. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's a good example of the two types of wood I use. This is old barn wood, very old weathered wood. And this was a cherry log from Massachusetts. A buddy brought it down and we put it up on one of his relatives, Ken, his sawmill, and we were hoping it would be good inside, and we felt like it was a good one. This particular one, I thought it looked like a spaceship, so I put a cockpit up in the front.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't planned, and then I added a little exhaust,
Oh, I see how you did that.
and then I thought, well, if that's the mothership, it needs a escape pod.
There you go. Now, you did say that you got a lot of this wood out of the woods, and somebody would drag it out of it, and then you kind of make it whatever your eye caught on that. Like, I like this or that. This is not tile, right? That's all wood.
That is all German siding. That wood all came off, the whole thing. Even these little pieces, I cut them and made them. But that was the siding on a chicken house in my area.
Right.
And I took it off, and that's what I made out of it. And
That's
that could be,
I
a
like
lot
that.
of these could be used as mantles,
Yeah.
headboards, or just a piece of art for your home. So,
And you have different styles, different sizes, variety of color. Even
I'm
for
always
me.
experimenting. So that particular one is some 3 different dyes that I put on at
Okay.
the same time.
All right.
I will quickly show you a secret compartment.
Oh, all right.
This one is one I can show you. So I always try to add a little something. You know, you can put your money in there. One guy said to his friend, "What would you put in there?" And he said, "Your money." And he said, "Well, I wouldn't have any money left if I bought it."
That could be true. Yeah. Well, I thanks for your time.
Oh yeah,
on
thank
that.
you.
Do it.
Here's a guy that has a booth here. He makes jewelry out of coins. As you can see,
So I need a 1990.
Can't do that. I only
all
go
made
for
out
late
of
80s.
coins,
All made from
pennies,
coins,
dimes.
guys. All made from money.
You heard it, made from money.
Do it. Sorry. 80s and early.
And here's another necklace being made out of, look at the nickel and part of a penny.
She's 6.
Real quick.
We also got some
Really quick, let me
earrings
see if I have
here
it.
that are
Let me see
being
if I have it.
made out of coins as
And I'm her
well.
godmother, and I would have been like,
Let me see really quick. All right. Hey, are you gonna ask any questions or?
Yes.
What's the question?
Well, let's start out with, what are all your jewelry made out of?
It's all made from coins. I'm here
Okay.
at the Central Pennsylvania Festival of the Arts in State College, Pennsylvania. And this is one of the best festivals in the country. So
Out of the top
I'm
10
assuming you
festivals.
Yes, I'm assuming you live here.
I live about 2 hours from here.
Okay, yeah, so it's one of the best festivals in the country for sure. And I travel around the country doing these shows. I live in Ohio, but I go all the way to Arizona, Upper Peninsula, down to the Key West, and all the way over to Virginia Beach. And started this jewelry line when I was on a mission to quit my job. I used to make washers out of pennies.
Wow.
Thought it was hilarious. Also thought it was illegal. Took a jewelry class. I did everything, all forms of art but jewelry. And I took a jewelry class, learned to hammer on one of these mandrels, and I took a penny washer, turned it into a penny ring, which you see down there, which I still sell. When I originally sold them, they were $15. Now they are $27. You see penny and dime rings in there. But now I have over 100 designs, and best-selling rings that I do right now are made from the edge of this coin, bracelets, all these, tons of designs. And yeah, so now I make my living doing this. I travel around the country. Actually, I quit my job that July 22nd of that year when I made my first ring out of a penny back in that January. So yeah, I've been doing this 10 years or so.
All right, that sounds pretty interesting. And you definitely do a lot of traveling
Yep.
all around
So
the
these
United
are- I
States
built
for
the
that.
line for wholesale, so I used to do a lot of wholesale accounts, and there are their own headaches within that, you know. So I got sick of not being able to predict what money I'd be pulling in when I do shows. It's a little bit more predictable.
And the name of your business?
Trutello, tagline the third side of the coin.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now here's another art booth that caught my attention. A lot of retro stuff that he's made here, all made out of metal. Everything he has is made out of metal that he cut on his own. Kind of a lot of 50s, 60s retro art that you see here. Different designs. And there's who he is. If you're want to know more information, got clocks. Kind of neat abstract retro art that he has here. And then, to me, it's very cool looking. Well, there's more you have on the side. Now, here's another artwork. Definitely, this one here has the 60s look. If you really look at it, it definitely has its colors. You got a little welcome sign here. Here's some with some blackbirds with colored wings that he has presented here. And on the back behind me, got like a little diner song and a cat with sunglasses, because he always wants to have a cool cat. And then you got the atomic happy hour that he has here. Even a retro looking clock. And of course you got your bar sign there too. A lot of neat retro things he has here. Pretty cool. Definitely a talent. And a lot of time goes into making stuff like this. As you can see, there's still a lot of vendors, artists that are all set up and established here along the streets, showing off the unique type of art that they got going on here. Here comes the garbage crew, step off to the side. Right through here. Okay, we have another booth here. This guy does a lot of wood projects I should say, made out of different wood, different types of wood. A lot of different things he had made here, from tables to benches. Like he has here. Also got some chess pieces with a lamp. Here's a game board he has sitting here. Chess. And I think, is that Pachisi at the very end? I think that's called Pachisi.
All right, thank you so much. That was such a
Take care.
That's a Pachisi board, right?
Backgammon, yes, sir.
Backgammon. Okay, there you go. My mistake. Got different things here. Well, some keychains he's got here. Coasters that he has. Different cutting boards. A lot of dice here with marbles. Smartphone and tablet holders he has. Different styles, different types of wood. Different kind of unique, different styles.
You can start it.
Okay, we have a booth here that this woman, she takes pictures. She travels all over the country and takes pictures of old signs that she sees. And these are a lot of nostalgic, classic signs that you don't really see much anymore out on the road. So it's always good to have something like this. Some of them are still standing today, some of them are not. And there's a few here. Now here's one you don't see too often. Now, where I used to live, there's a Dog and Suds right here. Now, believe it or not, they salvage that sign and they have it into like a club, and they have it inside of the club and they have it lit up. So that sign does still exist, and that was up in Titusville, Pennsylvania. And I'm not sure, I think there's still a few left in the United States. I cannot tell you as to where they're located. Then we go over here. And we got Arby's roast beef sandwiches. Now, she said there's one in Ohio, Cincinnati, and I know there's one in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, that they still stand. And then what she was saying, that corporate is going to try to get rid of them all, because they don't want them up anymore. And I hope They change their mind to keep all those nostalgic signs. Always great to have. You got the Steak and Shake, the old White Castle, and of course you got the McDonald's, classic McDonald's 15-cent cheeseburger.
Okay, leave it alone, leave it alone.
State Land. A lot of cool, classic, nostalgic signs. Some of them you still see on the road today, and some of them you don't. And this is always good to have. And this booth here is drums. They're all made out of wood. He's kind of explaining to the girl that the drum, you can make different sounds, high pitch, low pitch. It depends on where you're hitting the. There you go. Wow. Even has a snare drum effect to it. Again, this is all made out of wood that this guy put together. You got your scratch. Yeah, pretty neat. Wow, the sounds that they can produce on that. This guy here is stationed right out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, can't be. You know, we have a cajon tab, which is a smaller version of the full-size cajon, which is the box drum you sit on and play. We have this drum that has a sound hole you can manipulate the pitch of your drum. You can use a snare and create a snare drum, or disengage the snare and have a non-snare drum or a bongo type. Change your pitch. And that's our cajon tab, registered trademark.
There's still a lot to see here along the streets, and mainly there's a lot of fraternity houses here that they have stuff established and set up here along the streets, and they are open till 8 o'clock tonight, which today is a Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, we got one here. It's a lot of called Mixed Media 3D, doing a lot of 3D art, which is pretty cool. It's kind of done with wind, as you can see, with the fan blowing. Get it running. This here is done by heat with a little candle there. The little merry-go-round of the birds. That's the guy's name. In Penn Valley, Pennsylvania. Go over here. And here's the meditation lamp, he calls it. I think that's all spun around with the light. I think it's kind of solar. The little panels in there spinning around is what I'm assuming. It's making that turn around. Tell you what, there's a lot of cool, different abstract art that is here. And I'm just kind of getting the different types of art here at the festival that kind of stands out. It's a little bit different, something you don't see every day. So this is also done with the wind. And this is also pretty cool looking. And it spins that little marble right there in the middle. Pretty darn cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what this does, but I don't want to touch anything because a lot of this art is very expensive. Like this art right here, it's like $375. So, like they always say, you break it, you pay for it. There's some pretty cool stuff. It's all done by the wind. It's got like real feathers at the end. Look at that. Different. Okay, we got one here, a photography of old churches, a lot of old buildings, hospitals.
You may have saved my life, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah, nice. Appreciate that.
A lot of neat looking photos
Do you
here.
have any photos? The architecture is really close to what I'm looking for.
Awarded a medal for how well he handled the whole thing because everyone was a survivor. There was no casualties whatsoever.
So I'm trying to put myself in her mind. She may already be central Pennsylvania, East Coast. But
The gentleman that
after I
has
get past
the
that,
photography, the
really
pictures that he
cool
took here, he is
story.
explaining different pictures
Yeah, I
to
think-
another
I think
gentleman,
we're talking
an
this area
interested
is
buyer
probably
right now,
Lots a
so
little bit kind of dark.
he's kind of busy that he can't really explain to me what each photograph represents and what it is.
None of them are.
A lot of great photography here.
These
He has a lot of
all
great pictures.
These were St. Peter and Paul in East Liberty, closed down in '92 when the steel
Okay.
industry collapsed.
That's cool.
In Oregon, south of Highway 101.
Huh.
Just, I was on a drive. I'm like, oh, this is
It looks
an
Oregon.
interesting spot.
It
you know?
looks Oregon.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like it.
Okay, you're really close.
Provided you pop some cardboard on either side of that, it should be fine. It just needs to not have anything push into the surface. Right.
Great
They're
photos
not
here,
that
as
expensive.
you can see.
Not this size. Anyway. I think they cost me maybe $15.
Stopping by here for free drinks. They're offering ice water, lemonade, and iced tea with a little bit of donation if you want to donate something to them. Have a little bit of lemonade. Lemonade is always good on a nice hot day. Kind of walking and bypassing Sidney Friedman Park here in State College, and there are a band down here with entertainment. A lot of people sitting down and watching, relaxing in the shade of the trees that's providing for them.
Hi, I'm Jeff Dallas, owner of Tile Tempo at tiletempo.com. I'm just going to show you my work. It's marble and granite that we carve with sandblasting. So we start off with a drawing on paper, and we trace our drawing onto rubber that we cut in the shape of our design, and we glue it to the polished stone. And then when we sandblast everything, the parts that were covered in rubber stay protected, and the parts where there was no rubber become carved, and they become deeper and more textured and lighter in color usually. We also use other elements to embellish, like Japanese paper and gold leaf and copper leaf paints, and sometimes river rocks. So we've been doing this for about 22 years, and it's tiletempo.com.
Well, that does it for me. I hope you liked all of what you saw, and please subscribe to this channel. It's free. Just hit the button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Helps me out, and it gives me more content to give out to you. Until then, catch you in my next video.